Hey guys, okay, so this is like my first like makeup tutorial. I guess this was, yeah, it's a makeup tutorial. I don't know why I didn't know what it was called. But if you want to know how to achieve this super easy soft glam look, it's my everyday look. I absolutely love it. I love it on me. I don't know if y'all love it, but I don't really care if y'all don't love it. If you have anything negative to say, my block game is strong. I will block you on everything. I don't care what you say. If you mad, stay mad. But, yeah, this is super easy, and yes, I do realize it's a lot of products, but it's, I personally think makeup is a way to express yourself, and it's almost like a form of an art, so if you have a problem with it, I don't really care. But if you do love this video and you want more, please like and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, bye! Okay, so first I'm going to start off with my Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Mattifying Equalizer Primer. I don't know what it's called, but I'll link it down below. So I just put this all over my face, and like, I have very oily skin, so if you have oily skin, you would definitely benefit from this. So I like to use it every day. And next I use my It Cosmetics, it's just like a flat top kabuki foundation brush, and I start off, like, I use two foundations, and I start off with the MAC Prolongwear foundation in the shade NC40, and it's not very full coverage, so that's why I use two different foundations. All over my face fairly quickly. Okay, so now that I'm done with that first layer of foundation, now I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. It's buildable luminous foundation. I have it in shade Warm 5.5. And you just open it like this, and it comes with a little like puff thing that you can use for it, but I don't really use it. Okay, so I just like put my brush in this a couple of times, and it's super liquidy, even though it doesn't look like it, and it works really well. This helps give me like that full coverage, or like more like medium to full coverage that I like, because my skin's really not that bad, but I don't know, I just like it. And I just kind of go up to my hairline a little bit so it can help blend more, and then I kind of just buff it everywhere, and then use like these little tapping motions to make sure all the foundation is in place. Okay, and now once I'm done with like my foundation, I use my, if I can find it, okay, here it is, my MAC Studio Fix pressed powder in C6, and it just kind of adds some warmth to my face, because I like that very bronzy look. And even though people think I look orange, I don't really care, because I'd rather be orange than pale. But I just put this everywhere just to kind of set my foundation, and it definitely keeps me from getting oily. And then after I do my foundation routine, I guess that's what it's called, I start my highlighting and contour. So I start off with this BECCA Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and it's awesome. I've almost finished it. I use it every single day. Actually, I don't do my makeup every day, but when I do, I use this just because it like makes such a difference. It's so beautiful to wear under concealer. And I just start with like a small triangle smaller than the triangle that I'm doing on top of this concealer. And I just do it very messily. And even though this does say it's for under eyes, I like to put a little bit on my chin. But that's just preference. And then after that, I've been going back and forth between a few concealers. And actually before that, I used this Smashbox Photo Op Under Eye Brightener. And it's just like this. It's a little brush. And I put it on top of this corrector. And it's just extra. I really like that bright under eye. I don't know. And so the concealer, I'm going to use two different concealers. And I'm using the Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in light neutral. And then the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in fair. And so first I start off with the e.l.f. one and go over that triangle and make that triangle a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put this all over the places where they just need to be like highlighted. I don't know. And then after I put on the e.l.f. concealer, I put on the Naked Skin Concealer on top of that. Just to give it, it's a little bit lighter than the Naked Skin one, or it's a little bit just more yellow based, which I like better. And so now when you look like this, you grab your trusty beauty blender and you just, like, I don't really get it wet or anything. Sometimes I'll spray it with Fix Plus, so I'm just going to spray this with Fix Plus spray by MAC. And then with my forehead, I have a big forehead, and so like if you have a big forehead, you don't want to highlight your forehead a lot. So after I blend that highlight, I just use my foundation brush and kind of go over that a little bit more. Because if you highlight your forehead when you have a big forehead, it makes your forehead appear larger than it actually is. So, and then once I blended my concealer for my highlight under my eyes, I set my under eyes so they don't crease, if I can find my setting powder. But the setting powder, while I look for it, it's by Mercier. It's the Secret Brightening Under Eye Powder. And it's awesome. I'm not a fan of the Mercier translucent powder. I just think it looks very chalky. And I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. If you're a fan of it, you know what, go for it. But I'm personally not a fan. I have no clue where it is. Oh, it was literally right in front of my face. Okay. Alright. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty pricey. I have to say it is pricey, and you don't get as much product as a loose setting powder, but I just get a little bit of the product, and I just, I don't bake my under eyes. I don't really know why people do that. I don't think it does anything. And I just put it all under my under eyes, and it just helps it keep them super bright, because I love that very bright under eye. And I put a little bit on my chin. Anywhere that I put concealer, I put this brightening powder. So my forehead, my under eyes, my nose, and my chin. This is kind of messy. That's what I don't like about it. Okay, so now after I set all of my concealer and all of that fun stuff, we're gonna start with contouring. I don't know why I just threw my brush like this, like I'm gonna like hit someone, because I'm not. Okay, so I use the Mercier contour kit, and it's a cream contour kit, and it's really awesome. But I mix like two of the ones. I use contour number 1 and contour medium number 2, and I use this Expert face brush from Real Techniques. You can get it at like Target or Walgreens, super cheap, super affordable, and I just like mix those two until I get some product on my brush. And as I'm Okay, so once, sorry, I'm sick, so my voice just sounds awful. Okay, so now that I have that, like, kind of roughly carved out, I take this Real Techniques, like, sponge. I think it's like $7 at Target. And I just use this to kind of help and blend that out to make it look a little bit more natural, which y'all know, if y'all see me on Instagram or Twitter or anything, I don't really look natural whenever I do my makeup, and I don't really care, but, because that's how I like it, and I don't care what anyone thinks. See, now that, like, you've blended that out, it gives you that nice contour, and then you just do the same thing on the other side. So you mix contour number 1 and contour medium number 2. And, like, if your contour ever looks, like, messy on the side, I always, like, fix it at the end, but I'll just show y'all something you can do now. You just take, like, your foundation brush, and you just kind of, like, tap the excess foundation that was on your brush underneath your contour, and it kind of cleans it up. Okay, after I do that, after I carve out my cheekbones, I take my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish and Dark Deepest, and I use it as a bronzer. It's pretty orange, I have to say. I know a lot of people don't really like orange, like, bronzer. I don't know, I just like it to warm up my whole face, and it just also just, I don't know, it gives me a lot more color, and it helps match, like, the rest of my body, just because I do spray tan. So, and, oh, I'm using my MAC 187 brush. And then I will take this on my forehead, because if you want your forehead to appear smaller, you contour it, like, you'll make it more bronzy, or that's not a word, but I'm just going to go back over this and make sure it's blended. I'm just going to take it down to my neck, because I do exfoliate my neck too, and so my neck gets really pale, because I am super pale. Okay, now, after that, I want to set my contour, just because you don't want, because it was a creamed contour, you don't want it to slide around. And so I'm using my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. It is my absolute favorite. I hate the Anastasia one. I think it is awful. I don't know why. I absolutely hate it. But, I mean, if you like it, use it. Go for it. And what I do is I mix these two colors with my MAC 130 brush. And it's just like a small stipple brush. A good dupe for it is the e.l.f. small stipple brush. And so I just go the middle one, the end one, the middle one, the end one, the middle one, the end one, and then I tap off the excess product. And then I use this to carve out my cheekbones one more time. So I do the same thing on the other side too. And I go on my forehead too, just a little bit with the excess product, just because, you know, I have a big forehead. I have a 5 head, and I would like to make it look smaller. And I have to blend that up into my hairline, just because I've said this a million times. I'm not going to say it again. And I go a little bit on my jawline to give me that, like, very, like, oomph. I don't know. Okay. So now I gotta go to blush and highlighter. So for blush, I'm using, what am I using? Okay, so I do a couple of different blushes. I start off with the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso, and it's very, like, peachy, and it's beautiful. I love it. I just got it like 2 weeks ago, and I've been using it like every time I do my makeup, just before I put on my other blushes. So I start off with this, and I just, oh, this is my Real Techniques blush brush. You can get it like at a drugstore, I don't know. And I put a little bit up to my forehead just to kind of, I don't know. I saw something on like YouTube about it. Okay, so after I use Luminoso, I use MAC's, just like, it's just like a powder blush in Pinch Me, and I'm using this same blush brush, and it's like kind of like a dusty rose color. I don't know, it just gives me that like it's like, the name is Pinch Me, and it kind of gives you like, you kind of pinch your cheeks. I don't know. The name just is very fitting. Okay, so now that I do blush, I do my favorite part, which is y'all can tell I go a little crazy on the highlighter, and I don't care what y'all think. I don't care. I like it. This is my Nars Liquid Illuminator in Copacabana. It's like a very pearly highlighter. I like it personally, and I use my Real Techniques stippling brush, and I just like squeeze a little bit of product out, put it on my stippling brush, and I just start putting it at the tops of my cheekbones. And it doesn't have to look perfect because I put like highlighter on, like another highlighter on top of it, because we just want to glow for days. And I like to put it like on my forehead, kind of like roughly, and then like on my nose and on my chin. Okay, so after I do that, I got, this sounds like stupid, okay, I got this at Claire's, surprisingly, and I love it for a highlighter. It's like a blush bronzer duo, but it's like super sparkly, and it's just perfect for like highlighting. So I just like go like this with my brush and go over that. Okay, so I'm back. So I drew my eyebrows on, and I know someone's gonna say your eyebrows look like Sharpie. They're too dark, blah blah blah. I don't care. This is not Burger King. You cannot have it your way, okay? Okay. Okay, so what I did to set my brows, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and I'm pretty sure it's waterproof. It's really awesome. I love it. And what I'm gonna do to kind of give my brow more of an arch, or just make it look like higher up, is I use this Sephora brow enhancer, and this is in Pearly Opal. And I just go like under the arch of my brow, and it just kind of highlights my brows a little bit more. And yes, I know my eyebrows look different every day. If you don't have eyebrows, it's really difficult to make your eyebrows look the same every day. So don't talk crap. Okay, this is just like my everyday eye makeup. I don't know. So I'm starting off with like my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. It's my favorite. I just got it and I'm in love with it. So I start off with the first transition color, and that's in Latinus. Yeah, Latinus. And so it's just gonna, I use this Sephora Pro Tapered Crease Brush. It's number 19. It's my favorite brush of all time. And I just start once I buff that into my crease, I use the second shade. It's in Citrus. It's just the second shade in this palette. And I'm using the same brush just to deepen up the crease color. It just kind of gives me that like little like bad bitch look, like that resting bitch face. I don't know. Okay, so after I use that, I'm gonna use this kind of like brick red color in Lucius, and I'm just gonna buff that all over my crease. Color next to it called Solace. Yeah, Solace. And it's just the color right next to it. It's almost like the second darkest color, I think. And I just use that to kind of blend everything together. Okay, I'm back. My camera died. Gotta change the batteries. So if there's no batteries in this house, sorry, Ma. And this camera's gonna die again very, very soon. So you just gotta keep blending and blending and blending. Use that flick of the wrist and just blend all day. Blend for the gods. I don't know, boo. Okay, so once I do that, to kind of like brighten up my eyes, I use my BECCA highlighter in Champagne Pop. Actually, that's not what I use first, sorry. What I first use is this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Puppy Love. And all the proceeds of it go to like saving animals, I think. Don't hold me to that. What I do is I just use my finger because this is like a very like creamy eyeshadow. I just put it all over my lid. Very messily. It doesn't have to look perfect. And then after I use that color, then I use Champagne Pop by BECCA. I don't like it as a highlight on me. I don't know why. I just never liked it on me. But okay, now that my camera has died for the 12,000th time, I already put Champagne Pop on my eyelids. I just use my finger. I don't know. Then I go back with the crease brush and blend. And give it more of that, that like line thing that I was talking about. Okay, after I do that, I do for like a little like extra pop sometimes if I'm feeling a little fancy, is I use my Urban Decay Heavy Metal, like, it's like liquid glitter eyeliner in Midnight Cowboy. I just put it right in the center of my lower lash line. Just if you want to have a little fun. So I gotta let that dry because it will go everywhere. That's one problem I have with this stuff. Okay, so my camera did die one more time, of course, with my luck. So I just finished off this look by using my Kat Von D Metal Crushed eyeshadow in Thunderstruck, and I put it on the inner corners of my eyes just to give it a really kind of bright look. I don't know, I love it. And then to top off this look, I did my favorite lip combo. I've loved it lately. I use it every single day. I use the MAC Prolongwear lip pencil in Ink Control, and I use that to line my lips first. And then I use, this is my all-time favorite lipstick. I got it like a month ago, and I'm in love with it. It's by Kat Von D.